Back in the late 1920s, something strange was happening in Chicago. People were dying from mysterious causes linked to household refrigerators. These fridges used a toxic gas called methyl chloride, which was odorless and deadly when it leaked. As investigations went on, it became clear that these leaks were causing those deaths. This was a major health crisis. Looking for safer alternatives, the chemical company DuPont began researching new refrigerants. They discovered a chemical called tetrafluoroethylene, or TFE. This discovery was accidental. During an experiment, TFE unexpectedly turned into a white powder instead of a gas. This powder was polytetrafluoroethylene, better known as Teflon. At first, Roy J. Plunkett, the young chemist who found this powder, thought the experiment had failed. But later, Teflon's amazing resistance to heat, chemicals, and corrosion made it useful, especially during World War II. The military used Teflon in nuclear weapon production because it could withstand harsh conditions without breaking down. After the war, DuPont started selling Teflon for everyday uses. It quickly became famous as a coating for non-stick cookware. It was also used in stain-resistant fabrics, medical devices, and many industrial applications. People loved Teflon because it made cooking easier and materials more durable. But as Teflon became popular, concerns grew about one of its chemical components called PFOA, perfluorooctanoic acid. Although DuPont insisted their products were safe, secret company research showed that PFOA could cause serious health problems. Worse, PFOA was found contaminating water supplies near DuPont factories. This led to major lawsuits. The chemical C8, which contains PFOA, was found in the blood of almost every American tested. People began to realize that these chemicals, often called forever chemicals because they don't break down easily in the environment, were a serious threat. DuPont settled lawsuits and paid fines, but criticism continued. Then, they introduced a new chemical called Gen X to replace C8. Unfortunately, Gen X raised new health worries, showing that simply replacing one dangerous chemical with another was not enough. Scientists have linked PFAS, per and polyfluoroalkyl substances, which include PFOA, C8, Gen X, and other chemicals, to serious health issues such as cancer, immune problems, and reproductive harm. These chemicals are everywhere, in our water, food packaging, clothes, and even in the blood of people around the world. The story of Teflon and PFAS is a warning about industrial negligence. It shows how products that seem helpful and safe can hide dangerous risks. Today, PFAS are used in thousands of products, but they threaten both human health and the environment. Exposure to PFAS is widespread. Almost everyone has some amount of these chemicals in their blood. This makes understanding their effects and pushing for stronger regulations more important than ever. The legacy of Teflon reveals a conflict between innovation and responsibility. Companies must be transparent and ethical, and scientists need to keep investigating the safety of these chemicals. Society must demand accountability for environmental pollution caused by industrial chemicals. This problem isn't just about the past. New technologies continue to introduce chemicals without fully understanding the risks. It's vital to balance scientific progress with health and environmental safety. PFAS contamination affects water supplies worldwide. These chemicals don't break down easily and have been found even in remote regions, rain and snow. Some communities face dangerously high levels in their water, forcing people to use special filters or bottled water. Regulatory agencies like the EPA have started setting strict limits on PFAS in drinking water. Still, government responses can be slow, and often the burden falls on individuals to protect themselves. Some people are at higher risk: pregnant women, children, firefighters, and those living near factories or military bases. Their exposure can lead to serious health problems, so protecting these groups is critical. Researchers are exploring safer alternatives to PFAS and developing better ways to clean contaminated water and soil. But changing industries that rely on these chemicals is a huge challenge. The history of hazardous substances like lead and asbestos shows that society can eventually move away from dangerous materials. Public awareness and advocacy played a big role in those changes, and the same can happen with PFAS. As more people learn about the risks of PFAS, consumer demand for transparency and safer products grows. Technology and science can help drive this change, pushing companies to be more responsible. The story of Teflon reminds us that industrial progress must go hand in hand with protecting people and the planet. We need collaboration across governments, companies, scientists, and communities to find sustainable solutions. By demanding accountability and supporting research, we can reduce chemical pollution and its health impacts. The goal is to create a future where innovation doesn't come at the cost of safety. In conclusion, the chemicals in Teflon and other PFAS products are a hidden poison in our blood. Understanding their dangers and fighting for stricter regulations is crucial. Only through awareness, action, and responsible innovation can we protect ourselves and future generations from the lasting harm of forever chemicals.